I saw this guy on my For You page, and he's a former model. Like, he was modeling for Abercrombie and other very high fashion brands, and he's 44 years old, and he wants to get back into shape just like in his prime. And all these pathetic people on the internet, obviously, they're jumping against it. They're saying, oh, you'll never look like that again. Your prime is over. You're washed up. The truth is, these people don't look, will never look, or have ever looked like how this dude looked in his prime. Like, you cannot become a top model like that without looking freaking insane to begin with, man. And this requires an amazing genetic base to begin with. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with your stuff for, let's say, the past 20 years, it's still not too late to reverse that. Yes, the best thing, obviously, is to have the genetic base, look amazing, and then sustain that for your entire life. But it's never too late, man. And I hate this mentality. Like, imagine someone trying to go out of their way to look better and become the best versions of themselves just for all these losers to be saying, oh, you can't do it. Blah, blah. It's like, we have enough negativity in the world today, man. Today, I'm just going to be looking at this guy's protocol, how he can ascend, maybe give some tips and see if it's possible. Without further ado, let's get it.
Of our fitness journey and Nick's comeback. He was a model, Y2K, heartthrob.
I mean, look at how insanely awesome this guy looked, man, first of all. And he still looks good. Like, I'm not saying the guy looks bad now, but he is obviously on a mission to look his absolute best right now.
And he's going to be getting back into it, so follow along for the journey. He's going to show his whole health routine of what he used to eat as a model, workouts that he did, and in 9 months, he's going to be getting into the best shape like he used to be, and he's going to be doing casting calls and getting signed, and maybe he'll be shooting with Abercrombie again, who knows?
This is me currently. Okay, let's see.
I think he looks great, honestly. Yeah.
All right, so obviously we have some improvements.
Okay.
Lean is
Well,
law
a
is going to be
9-month
one of the
journey
biggest
where
things. Getting to that low body fat percentage will immediately ascend him and make him look probably like the majority of the way he did before. Because he's only 44, guys. Like, he's not an elderly man. He's not 65 plus. Like, he still has a lot of time left to look amazing.
He's going to get into shape. He's been wanting also to do a hair transplant, so he's going to be doing that. He still
There's
does good at
that hair can obviously weigh you down quite a bit as well.
hair, but there's some, for a 44-year-old, pretty, he has a nice amount of hair for a 44-year-old, but so he's doing those things first, and then the end half of the journey will be the fun stuff like the casting calls and seeing like if he can get with an agency, which I know he will be able to, and have brand deals and different photo shoots that.
That's what's cool as a male. Actually, you really cannot age out of the modeling industry. Like, no matter what your age is, like, this guy, once he ascends, he can definitely get some jobs looking like that matured, seasoned, just masculine man. And I think he can look really awesome with it. Obviously, we have a little bit of work, which I'm going to discuss everything that I think he can do today. But we have a great, amazing baseline to begin with. All right, so now if you don't believe me, this was a screenshot someone commented on his TikTok when I was researching this. I mean, look at the dude's facial shape, his immediate look, and he's at like maybe 20 to 30% body fat at the moment. Like, imagine him at 10% body fat, and he does some other things to ascend, fixes the hairline, everything, and he's still got like that similar look. I could see the potential. And I actually asked ChatGPT just so that you guys can see a little bit of the potential too. I mean, this guy, this is like him at his ascended state at age 44. If you look like this, you will literally be like top 1%. Can definitely get some modeling campaigns. You can definitely get a huge following on social media. By the way, I did not even mention him having a supportive woman is one of the biggest things that's going to help him do all of this, and having something to work towards, having that motivation of your family. I think I saw somewhere he's even got a child, so that's amazing, man. Like, towards being a better man for your family is the best motivation.
With me as a former international model making a comeback at 44. A lot has changed since my first time around in this industry. It's less about chasing perfection and more about
Alright, so this is more recent, and the first clip was whenever he first started his journey.
building habits I can actually sustain while learning to work with my body instead of against it. I've realized that looking and feeling your best isn't usually about some secret shortcut. It's about doing the basics consistently. For me, that means moving my body, stretching, prioritizing protein, intermittent fasting when it fits my schedule,
Yes, prioritizing protein's the best thing that you can do to get lean.
and being more intentional about what I put into my. Most mornings, you'll find me starting the day with oatmeal, hard-boiled eggs, collagen mixed in my breakfast. And before I start the rest of my day, I like to spend a few minutes reading inspiring quotes. But
His hate comments, that's hilarious. I can't believe you, man. Like, imagine hating on some guy just trying to look better. And here's the thing, even if he does fail, meaning that he does not get a modeling contract, let's say the worst, this is playing devil's advocate, the worst thing that can happen is he's like an amazing 44-year-old in shape. He gets an awesome social media following from doing this. Everything, man. I think it's pretty crazy.
Honestly, modeling taught me something important. You need thick skin if you're going to chase big goals. You have to be strong. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will cheer you on, and that's okay. What other people say about you doesn't define you. What you do consistently does. So keep showing up, keep doing the work, keep going after the life you want.
That's good, man. This guy just has good vibes in general. I can see that he's genuinely just a good dude overall. But we have a couple things I think could probably help this guy get to the next level even faster. So number one is body fat, body fat, body fat. This is what I would be obsessively focusing on it. If I was in his shoes, I would get to 10% body fat as aggressively as possible. An aggressive deficit, high protein, hitting my steps, getting enough sleep, because if you don't get enough sleep, the majority of the weight that you lose in a deficit, so less than 7 hours of sleep a night, will actually be muscle mass instead of body fat. So you need sleep. I would definitely get my hormones checked. So at the age 44, you can be getting a dip in testosterone. If that is happening, this will greatly reduce the amount of body fat that you can lose. So I would get that in check. I would hop on TRT if necessary, but I would obviously try all natural methods first. Like I would be taking all natural supplements like my own, for example. This is not even a plug. Literally, I have like 10 of these bottles. Like I'm traveling the world right now and I take these 2 of them every single day because I feel amazing off it. I genuinely do. So I would be taking something like this with ashwagandha, Tunga elite, oyster extract, pumpkin, boron, zinc, everything that's going to help with the testosterone. That's what I would be doing if I was in his shoes. I would also be probably hopping on a peptide even. I'm usually against peptides, but right now at 44, I'm going as fast as possible. So I would hop on definitely Retta or some other peptides to get as shredded and as fast as humanly possible, just so I can actually get to this goal without any anxiety, anything like that, man. Skin tone, I think this guy and his archetype, his phenotype look the best, actually a little bit tan. So I would either do a self tanner consistently once a week. You can get an all natural one, or I would hop on MT2, another peptide. I do think that peptides would actually help this guy ascend quite a bit in the most effortless way possible. That's the thing, man. Once you have family to take care of, you're in this situation. I do find it more difficult to put more energy into things like self improvement and just staying in a low body fat percentage. So I would probably lean on some other methods a little bit heavier than traditionally just going all natural. I'm also not a huge fan of the goatee. I think this guy would look awesome with either the salt and pepper stubble or just a clean shave, just because that does make you look a little bit more youthful. So here's his old photos. I mean, yeah, he looks awesome. Yeah, he's always had a tan, so he would look awesome with that. And here we go. He's taking accountability. He wants to get back into it, look his absolute best, and I am all here for it.
Back in November, a post of my girlfriend's went viral. A lot of people remember me from Abercrombie. So my girlfriend helped me create this page. I decided to have a comeback. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting back into shape. Just had a hair transplant.
Dude, this guy's lips naturally, I'm so jealous. Like, they're so just big naturally, and that's such a good trait to have, actually.
Yeah. I'll be getting these tattoos removed.
So he's getting a hair transplant. That is probably one of the biggest things that he can do to his son. Hopefully you are going to be taking some minoxidil, some finasteride afterwards, or even try some all-natural methods just to keep the hair that you do transplant, because that won't prevent any more hairs from falling out. I'm sure you know the drill if you already got a transplant. Getting the tattoos removed is a grade A move. I think tattoos can ascend you a little bit if they're more minimal, kind of like look at Brad Pitt's tattoos, for example. They're minimal, they're black, they don't stand out as much. His are more colored. It's more of like a quarter sleeve or like on the upper arm, so it will stand out, especially for modeling. I think Chico actually has a similar tattoo to this, like on his back side of his arm, and so that could affect your modeling jobs for sure.
So I can get some brand deals and feed you guys more content. Thank you guys so much for the 10,000 followers. I really appreciate all of you guys' encouragement and support through this process. Thank you guys.
Okay, here's before the transplant. It's pretty rough. But yeah, transplant was definitely necessary. There we go. Boom. That makes just a huge difference right off the bat, man. On my way to become a model in my 40s after being out of the industry for 18 years. There we go. Okay, swag. So we'll talk about fashion here in a second. Okay, so I have a couple other things. So the stubble, I think the eyebrows could ascend a little bit. So I would definitely recommend, they look thick enough, but they are graying a little bit. So I would recommend darkening them. So I would get some eyebrow dye. Please don't get beard dye, anything like that. There is a professional one. If you're watching this, you'd like to ask about it. I can send you the exact link, the one that I would recommend, but you don't want to get the cheap ones. They're not going to be nearly as good. They could actually make the eyebrows fall out a little bit from my experience. So you guys want to make sure that you're getting the best ones. I'm not going to tell you because I'm trying to gatekeep a little bit more, man. I always give really good advice, and then other people in the community steal my stuff, and then they never credit me. So it's like, if you want this exact product, you gotta message me or be in my school or something, man. Also, once the hair is actually growing out, I would recommend getting some low lights and going to a professional hairstylist, specifically a woman or a gay man. Those are the two. I think straight men are the worst at doing hair, if I'm being completely honest. I think that you should definitely see either a gay man or a woman. Go for a little bit longer hairstyle, especially at your age. It will make you look a little bit more youthful just because having more hair on top will soften your features naturally. Another thing that I would focus on is the skin texture and health itself. So I would definitely hop on a Korean skincare protocol, maybe even see a dermatologist. Try to get some sun damaged skin off, like you can do some deep exfoliant treatments that just pretty much rejuvenate the skin just completely. And I would try to protect the skin as much as possible, wearing SPFs anytime you're outside. Always try to protect yourself from the sun just because this will contribute to the majority of skin aging. So he's trying to get his swag back. I'm always, you guys know, I'm a fan of all black. I am always a fan of all black. I think it looks the best for the majority of men, and this is actually what they wear typically in the fashion industry. So I think if you want to get your swag back, I'm just going to recommend the basics. That makes it look like you have a lot of swag, more fashion, and it's timeless. So you can go with some straight fit Levi's jeans, black, some nice black boots, some nice black tops, whether that's a tank top, whether that's a v-neck, a crew neck, a long sleeve sweater, a button up, anything is just going to look amazing. I think an awesome leather jacket, some minimal jewelry, like a necklace. I would go with 925 sterling, especially for the skin tone. Definitely a couple rings, a nice watch, things like that will help just overall with the swag a little bit. We'll keep it short, but go to my website as well to check out the kalosique Phantom. This will increase height by nearly 3 inches, 7 centimeters, 100% genuine leather. But yeah, this guy looks amazing. I think he can ascend quite a bit. He's just got to stay focused. He's got to stay locked in, and once he does get there, it'll make the haters feel a certain way, hopefully, man. I mean, like, I hate negative people. I hate people saying, like, oh, he can't do this, blah, blah. It's pathetic, man. You're a loser. Online hating. You look worse than this guy does. Even now, after his glow down, he still looks better than you, and he's going to ascend. He's posting about it consistently. I think he's got what it takes to actually look amazing, man. But that's it. Subscribe if you are new. I love you guys with all my hearts. Peace.